Hey everyone! I hope you're all having a great day. This is ExxotikGaming here, and welcome back to another Rules of Survival video on the channel. Today, I have another very special life story video where I will tell you all about the time I was almost sold weed soup in Cambodia. Yes, I know, it actually happened. A lot of people who play Rules of Survival are from Cambodia, so hey, I hope you're happy I visited your country back a few years ago. I loved it there, by the way. It's a beautiful country. But hey, anyways, back to the video. If you enjoy the story, please leave a like down below. It shows your support to the channel, and it helps keeps this Rules of Survival series alive and well on the ExxotikGaming YouTube channel. Just recently, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a story about how I illegally crossed the border from Cambodia into Vietnam, and that was an insane one as well. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out after this one. I highly encourage it. But look, you clicked on this video to hear this story. And without further ado, let's begin. So yes, in case you guys didn't check out the last life story video I did on this game, I again want to explain that I visited Cambodia back 3 years ago in the summer of 2015. I was on a community service-based trip to Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. I went to Thailand first, then Cambodia, and then Vietnam, and the community service-based part of the trip took place in good old Cambodia. I have to say, I love the country. One of my favorite places I've ever visited, aside from Antarctica and Iceland. The country of Cambodia is rich with history, and you'll see that if you ever visit there. It's a difficult history, and the people of Cambodia know that, but it's one where you can see the Khmer people triumph in the face of any difficulties they come across. The people there are amazing, and I only hope one day that I can actually return. Now, when I visited Cambodia in 2015, I went to the cities of Siem Reap and Phnom Penh, and then I drove to the border with Vietnam after I visited Phnom Penh. Now, I visited Angkor Wat while I was in Siem Reap. It's sort of the main thing you do when you visit Cambodia. Everyone watching this has to go at least once in their lifetime. It's one of the biggest religious monuments in the entire world, and it's absolutely spectacular. So yeah, on day 2 of visiting Angkor Wat, after touring around that temple and some of the surrounding ones such as Angkor Thom and many others, seeing really cool monkeys and just the coolest ruins you'll ever see in your entire life, our tour guide decided to show us a local village sort of near the temple, but still quite a ways away. We had to drive about 45 minutes north, and we finally reached this small, dusty village alongside a pothole-infested road where you have to swerve left and right while driving there to avoid getting your car stuck. It was a painful ride, let me tell ya. It was hot. Hotter than anywhere in the United States, okay? And I live in Florida, one of the hottest states in the US. It was always around 98 to 99 degrees Fahrenheit with almost 100% humidity, making the heat index up to 140 degrees in the middle of the day. All right, sweat was the only option you had, and you sweat instantly after walking outside. And guess what? Our bus didn't have air conditioning. Imagine taking a tour bus through hell. That's what it felt like on that 45-minute car ride, and then it didn't even get any better when we got back out. When we arrived at that village, one of the first things I noticed was how the village was laid out. Every house was on stilts because apparently flooding happens a lot there. It makes sense, it rains there a ton. And all the houses were on the left side of the road. Nothing was on the right side, aside from this one guy just chilling there. Now, this guy was a makeshift barber. I kid you not. I'm not even joking. He had one of those beach tents set up, and in the middle of the dirt on the side of the road, just a barbershop chair sitting there, and there was a line of a few guys waiting to get their hair cut. They literally would throw him like 10 cents and not say anything, and the barber would kind of just cut their hair however he wanted. Our tour guide tried to convince me to get my own haircut, but I was like, sorry, I like the hair on my head. I knew this guy was gonna screw it up, okay? But hey, that's not even the main part of the story. We got out of the bus and began working with the villagers. Some people were repairing houses and we were helping them fix them up, and I mean, these people were some of the most poor I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. They're not like the people in the cities of Cambodia or any of the Cambodians that have internet and are watching this video right now. Most of the kids were so unfortunate they didn't even have any clothes on. But hey, right, I didn't worry about it. I was doing some good stuff for the community and all was fine. I personally was assigned to lift some of the boards from the streets to one of the houses in the back because apparently the rain leaked through the ceiling a lot, and I mean, that's never fun, especially in a country where it rains so much. Some of the other people were assigned to build bins for the villagers to collect rainwater, and even still, others were helping paint some of the outsides of the homes in the village. The kids loved us, and at some points, we were even allowed to visit the insides of the homes of some of the villagers and play with the kids. I walked inside one of the homes one time, and it was a little bit awkward. I mean, imagine a really small room that's maybe only 10 feet by 10 feet, and it's like you have the entire family just sitting there staring at you. I mean, I don't blame them. It's a village out in the middle of nowhere, right? So there's just one white guy just walks into your house. You have like mom, dad, 6 kids, the grandparents, everybody's just standing there like, what's going on? What the heck? But hey, it's okay. It was fine. They were happy that we were doing some work, community service for them, and everything was good. You know, I'm ExxotikGaming, right? YouTuber at heart. The kids loved me more than anyone else. It was like I had my little army. You know, PewDiePie's got his 9-year-old army. Well, I literally had an army of 7-year-olds while I was there. They would follow me everywhere, okay? I could probably jump off a cliff, and they would literally jump off the cliff after me. Thank God there weren't any cliffs, because I would have accidentally probably fallen off of them, considering how stupid I am sometimes. But hey, that doesn't matter, okay? These kids didn't even speak English, but it didn't even matter. I was having fun, and they were having fun. I gotta tell you, they're way better at soccer than me, by the way. At one point, we decided to play a little makeshift soccer skirmish. They didn't have much. They had this soccer ball that looked like it was made in 1842, but it's okay. They destroyed us. They destroyed every single person. I sucked compared to these little 7-year-old kids. They're really freaking good, man. Now, when we finally finished for the day, we had this little ceremony, and we were about to leave before our tour guide was like, "Hey guys, wait up! One of the local ladies wants you to try something. It's a special local dish you can try." We were all like, okay, cool, we're hungry. We're freaking teenagers, right? We haven't eaten in like 4 hours. Why not have something to eat? But then when we got closer to the bowl she had, we noticed a very peculiar smell. Now, this was 2015, okay? Nowadays, a few years later, having been in college and going to parties and such like that, I know what weed smells like, okay? Marijuana, you know, the green stuff, okay? By the way, I've never consumed that before, and I never plan to, just to let you know. However, this was not 2018 ExxotikGaming. This was 2015 Little Innocent ExxotikGaming. I didn't know what weed smelled like back then, okay? I thought it smelled weird in general, but I just thought it was random food. Of course, everyone else on my trip knew exactly what it was, and they were all laughing and asking our counselor if they could try some. Now, I don't remember every little detail of what happened exactly, but I guess I was first in line closest to the lady. But before my counselor told us no, we couldn't have that, the lady gave me a spoon, and I was about to devour a bite of this marijuana soup. I was literally midway through bringing the spoon to my mouth before the counselor was like, "Michael, stop!" I was like, "What? I'm hungry." She was like, "Dude, you can't have that." And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "It's weed soup, Michael." And I was like, in complete shock. Had I not known any better, I would have ended up getting high off of eating soup in the middle of a remote village in Cambodia. Think about that. That is not a good situation to be in. Now, our tour guide was the guy that was actually from Cambodia. Our counselor was just our American tour guide that came with us, and they were actually the one that was in charge of us, okay? So that was the person that actually really wanted to make sure we got home safely. Now, our Cambodian tour guide was just like, "Oh yeah, it gives you the same effect that weed brownies give you." And our counselor was like, "Q!" That was his name, by the way. Literally, it sounded like letter Q. "You can't give that to these kids. Some of them are 14, man." She got mad at the counselor. I didn't get in trouble because I was an innocent little kid who had no idea what weed soup was. But in the end, our Cambodian tour guide ended up eating the whole soup. And let me tell you, I've never seen someone so talkative as he was while we were driving back to our hotel. He was legit reciting lyrics of Star Wars, the movie script, okay? It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, apparently this weed soup is actually kind of common in Cambodia, and it's not like alcohol, right? With wine, for example, if you cook it, the effects of it will go away. That's not the same with marijuana. I was close to experiencing that firsthand in not the ideal situation. It would have been bad. I don't know what a high ExxotikGaming would look or sound like. I hope I never do. Considering how I look and sound like when I'm not high, it would not be a pleasant sight to see. But hey, I was okay. I survived the rest of the trip perfectly fine, and the only time anything went wrong was when our visas had the incorrect date on them when we crossed the border into Vietnam. And then later on at the end of my trip when I was in Hanoi, Vietnam, I accidentally drank water from the sink and then got sick from it. God dang it. That was not fun, by the way. But in general, Cambodia was a really fun trip. I really hope I can go back one day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little life story that I had from my trip. Please check out the other video that includes a story way more insane than this one, linked down below in the description. I can try to message some of the people I had on these trips in the past to see if they remember any other stories from my Cambodia visit in 2015. I've not kept in touch with any of them, but maybe they'll respond. You guys remember Crazy Rachel from the stories I've told in the past, right? Yeah, she was on this trip. That's the type of people I had on this trip. Maybe I can find another story about her. But hey, we're out of time now. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy the video. Subscribe for more Rules of Survival content because I have a lot of it on this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.